Morning, guys. It's a Saturday morning, like 10:30. Out here working on the Cougar. I started a new job on March 16th. Today's April 3rd, I think. And so yeah, haven't been able to work on it during the week. It's a full-time job, so I'm only out here on the weekends. I was out here last weekend. I didn't record anything, but I did do some, detective work on the passenger side inner fender. As you can see, I think. Got a lot of the, undercoating and sound deadener off. Over here, some of it down here. I found a little marking right there, which is pretty cool. It's a D and an R circled. That was a marking done on, on the factory line by specific factory workers. The D is a kind of like a code for that specific worker that did it. So maybe like his first name, last name, something like that. The R is an engine designator, which means R code. So D is the guy that did it, and R would be the engine R code, 428 Cobra Jet Ram Air. So I thought that was pretty cool that I found that. A lot of times cars will have markings right here, maybe right here. I don't see anything. Missing the buck tag, that's unfortunate. But yeah. I just realized I was missing. I never actually looked right there. And you can see where the freaking outline was. So this car had a buck tag. That kind of sucks. Saturday, April 11th, the day before Easter. Got the axle taken apart completely. Got the in case out. Got the ring gear out, the pinion gear out. The case and the pinion gear went with my dad, so he's gonna look at that stuff. Case is in okay shape. Might probably have to get a different one of those. Go through this bag of parts. This came off the donor car a while ago. Just organizing that stuff. Here's my little makeshift bench or workbench right here. Cleaning up stuff, getting stuff ready to be upper rusted down there in those containers. I was looking at the steering column, and the steering column is a January '69 date. So I'm assuming this is the original one off the car. I still have to look at the tag numbers just to make sure. Sub-assembly is taken apart. Probably gonna work on getting the steering column out, or taken apart today. Power steering column. That isn't the one that came in the car. The one that was in the car was a manual steering column. That's one that came, extra with the car, extra part. The original, or the steering column that came with the car is down there, taken apart. Or not the steering column, sorry, the steering rack. Both the lower control arms, both sides, are non-original. They're not original to the car. These upper control arms possibly are original, I don't know, but they're so pitted that we're not going to use them. I did some research and I discovered that these actually probably are original because they're the shaved version, which Ford did in early '69, but that caused cracking along here due to the lack of strength in the area. So a lot of these cracked. These actually don't look like they're cracked. At least that one doesn't. That's kind of cool. But anyway, they're so pitted we're probably not gonna use them. Here's the 31 spline axles out of that rear end. By the way, this rear end is not original to the car. It had 350 gears, 31 spline axles, a nodular case. The case is dated later in '69, I think. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. I have this little container over here. I'm soaking. I haven't even looked at it yet. Should be cool to see how these parts turn out. You can see the red oxide on that. I think that's a steering column or a steering rack bolt. So we'll take these out and check them out. Good morning, guys. It's April 19th, Sunday afternoon. I'm out here doing a couple put-off projects, things I probably should have done a while ago. So right here I have the original Cougar doors, the doors that came off the Eliminator originally. I'm gonna strip these down. We're not gonna use these doors because they're kind of beat up, dented, rusted out, etc. So I'm gonna take the hinges off, take the mechanical parts off the inside of it. There's a door tag. See if I can get that thing off there without messing anything up. So there's that. The other doors right here. They're just taking up space in the garage. Here's a couple hood latch supports I'm painting. I just found these on the shelf. They've been sitting there bare metal for probably like 2 months. I forgot they were there. So we're painting these. Luckily they didn't rust too much. They're just on the shelf, hadn't been touched by anyone, so that's good. Did some research on the date codes. You can see that. 722 D2. They're all different date codes. That's July 22nd. D2 is the plant and the shift, so that'd be D plant. I don't know which D plant D is, but that'd be the second shift on July 22nd. This one's 10/27, so October 27th. And this one is 11/8 D1, so no, November 8th. So none of these are perfect date codes. I'm not sure which one came off the Cougar, if any of them came off the Cougar or the Eliminator. I don't know. I'm assuming one of these came off the donor. So the Cougar was built mid-April. So I'm assuming that the October 11th, or no, the November 11th one probably be fine. I'm just getting these doors apart, organizing some parts. Got some parts right here. I don't even know I had a radiator bracket right there. So that's got to get taken care of. Got some tie rods. I've been doing some evapor rusting. Finally got some evapor rust, so I've been doing that. Some parts in here that I did last week, I guess. All that stuff is off the Eliminator, so it's all good rust-free parts, unpitted stuff that's gonna go back on the car. So yeah, I got this book from AMK, the Ford Fastener Master Guide, or whatever it's called. I'm going to be using that to identify Ford fasteners. I'm going to be organizing all the nuts and bolts and various sub-assemblies into different boxes, depending on like their finish. So I'm going to put everything that is going to be silver cadmium into a box. Everything that's going to be zinc phosphate into a box. What else? Zinc, what's it called? Zinc dichromate, I think. Into a box. So the idea would be to get everything plated at once. That's probably not gonna happen, but that's the idea. And then sort the stuff later. That's why I got the AMK bolt kit. And I'm gonna be ordering Osborne assembly manuals as well, because they'll help me identify bolts. Because if I have a box of, like if I have hundreds of bolts, how I'm gonna know where they go? So I'm gonna use that to help identify them. And I think I made the choice that I'm going to use the maximum amount of original Ford fasteners on this car. I know a lot of people will go for the bolt kits, and I do not blame them one bit. That's so much easier. But I don't know if it's cheaper to use a bolt kit, or if it's cheaper to use the original stuff and get them replated. Who knows? I don't really care. I'd rather have original stuff. Friend Mark Haas is one who inspired me to do this, so shout out to Mark. He'll probably never see this, but whatever. He on his 69 sports-proof super carbureted car, he is original everything. Even the freaking internal engine components are NOS original, like bolts, everything. He's a fanatic, so he's inspiration. So yeah, that's my plan. All original bolts. We'll see if I can do it.
I'll probably have to buy bolts used because I don't think I have all the bolts for the car. Even with a donor, I don't think I have them all. Definitely not engine bolts because the engine is engine and transmission didn't come with the car, obviously. So that's stuff I'm gonna have to source. Who the hell knows if I'm gonna be able to find that? So anyway, I'm gonna get to it, and I'll probably see you guys next weekend because I'm lazy when it comes to filming this shit. So see ya. All right, good afternoon, guys. It's Sunday, April 20, or Saturday, April 25th. Got a couple books in the mail in the past 2 weeks, and I'm going to use them to help identify a lot of nuts and bolts that are going to be going on this car. I mentioned in the last one that I'm going to be doing as many original nuts and bolts as I possibly can. So here we have a couple books I ordered from West Coast Cougar, and also this one I ordered directly from AMK. So we have, body assembly manual. It gives you all the diagrams, how to assemble body parts, the AMK guide to Ford fasteners, identifies every Ford fastener, through those years, nuts, bolts, screws, whatever, and gives you the finishes and the lengths and sizes and all that stuff. Chassis assembly manual, engine equipment assembly manual, wiring diagram, and a sealant book. So I'm using these today to start categorizing parts by finish and also by subassembly, like where they go on the car. So I'm gonna have I haven't exactly figured out how I'm gonna do it yet because there's gonna be so many little baggies, and quite honestly they're gonna get mixed together when I get them plated regardless. So I don't know what I'm gonna do exactly, but I have boxes for each finish right here. I still have to label some of them, but here's phosphate and oil. You can see the PO. Some of the parts that would be natural on the car originally would have been natural. I'm going to be doing phosphate and oil on just for longevity, and because quite honestly it's kind of hard to tell the difference between phosphate and oil and natural. I mean, I know phosphate and oil is a little bit darker and it's a little bit rougher than natural steel, but I feel like that's a better way to go rather than having bare steel parts kind of just rusting away. And I don't like painting things that didn't get painted originally. So pretty much every part that I can get away with by doing phosphate and oil, parts that aren't necessarily going to be seen, such as like parts under the dash, stuff like that, I'm going to be doing phosphate and oil. Plus the coating itself, the plating, whatever you want to call it, is pretty affordable to have done. And the more parts you have plated, the better price you get. So I don't think I'll add too much. And I'm going to be driving this car, so I don't want parts just rusting and then me having to redo them at some point. Rather have them last, even though I know phosphate and oil does rust at some point. So anyway, I'm going to start categorizing stuff, getting in boxes, labeling some stuff that obviously doesn't need a label or bags, like these, the vertical window stabilizer pieces. I'm assuming these are silver cadmium or clear zinc. I'm not sure exactly. The book doesn't say. So I'm gonna do some research and I'm gonna get to it.